Gonna read these out. Let's see. So that's that one. That's the one. It's that one now. April. Letter from court. It's the court of the judge. It's that one. That one's more correct publishing, more correct press, Jim Brenton. That many of them. These are the two important ones. These people, I'm just talking to myself as I'm planning a little thing. I've got that many of them. I think we've got about 40, 45 maybe letters from the courts. Come on, people. He said to us the other day, where's your proof? Where's your proof? We went to court, if you remember, on the 17th. So I'm going to produce, because he said he's phoned up the court office and asked me, and they've turned around to, like they said to me, it could be 3 months before you get a letter because we're that far behind. We're up to 6 months behind. So you could be waiting for a long time because it's concluded yet. But where's it concluded? Where's the proof? It's the case is over. Where's the proof? So I'm going to prove that proof now, today. Because here's a God, here's a Jesus. And when you pray to Jesus, he helps you. God helps them who help themselves. Oh, guys, where you at all? Stop watching the football if you're watching and watch me. Breaking news. What date time is it now? It's 4 o'clock news, just past 4. Taxman news, 4 o'clock, Saturday. Man, you played a good day the other night, didn't they, against Tottenham? What a game. Destroyed them. Just talked a lot of babble. Come on, thumbs up if you like it. There's loads of other videos on as well. We're on again tonight, 9 p.m. for everyone. Going to talk about positive stuff, obviously, tonight. It's the positive channel. Can't believe we've got over 30,000. Well, I think it's nearly 30,100 subscribers now. The lunatic saying, oh, he's buying his subscribers. Well, if I was buying me subscribers, how am I getting 500,000 views a month? How did I get not last month, the month before, how did I get 885,256 views from buying subscribers? Mental case. I'm buying them as well. I'm a millionaire. Mentally is. People are talking and leaving comments. 200, I think the Paul Sykes with Lee Duffy, that's a great one. With Lee Duffy offers him out, and Sykes' ass completely goes out the window. I think there's about 140,000 views on there where Lee's offered him out and his bottle went. And he's running over the screws, hiding behind the screws in the jail. And Lee Duffy's obviously offered him out, as Duffy wasn't scared of no one, as you all know that. And yeah, it's a good little video, that. TBOG69. Hiya, right. Hiya, mate. Official Topic Talk. Now, everyone, this channel here, Official Topic Talk, what a great guy he is. Absolutely great. When you get to know him, he's fantastic. He hunts down these dirty paedophile fuckers and all these, sorry for swearing, but that's what he does. He's like a bit like Marie Howarth, one of them, who hunts down these horrible people. And he doesn't like injustices, and he's a bit like True Media. True Media tells the truth. He goes out there, he makes his videos, and they're 100% truth before he puts them out. But he's just the same. He's just done one on the tinfoil. If you ever watch of it, it's hilarious, mate. But yeah, the truth, nothing but the truth in it. And he's got tinfoil saying he's been off the drink for 5 weeks, and then 2 minutes later he said, I've been off it for 18 months, and he said he's been off drug for 20 years. Well, what about, was it 7-8 weeks ago when you were in London? You went off drugs then, were you? You went off drugs then, Mr. Tinfoil, well, you shot your head off. You spacker, you fucking retard, Cockerill. That's what you are, a fucking retard. You fucking Mongolian, you spacker, and all these horrible words calling me. So, just for you, I tell you what to do. Here's a great one for him. He keeps saying I'm lying about this case. Well, what's all these letters here? All these letters here. What are all these? All Cockerill, War Cry Publishing, War Cry Press, letter after letter after letter after letter. Look at them all. There's loads of them. All of them are from the courts. Every one of them has statements of truth, everything. Marty Turner's at court with him. Teddy Dicko's at court with him. And everyone I've talked to is ripped off. The man's deranged. He sat there with a horrible scruffy beard. He's dyed his hair now. It looks like he's got a dut on, pulled a dut over his head, like a purple dut. It looks like he goes to the OAPs for you only get a purple rinse. Because he's embarrassed. I mean, I've got family who've got ginger hair, but he's embarrassed about his ginger hair. So he dyed his hair. He dyed his hair either black or blonde, or now he's got it purple. So he then said, I've just gone for the Paul Weller look. Now, Paul Weller's on about suing him, taking the court because he's fucking fuming, saying, there's no way I look like tinfoil. I'm not having that. So he's on about suing him now, Paul Weller. So that was a joke, to tell you the truth. But yeah, your Paul was fuming to get his Sadie Paul. Well, every other month is somebody else. But getting to the court case, you said today, where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? I'll fight you. 20-ounce gyms. 20-ounce gyms. Do you mean 20-ounce gloves? That's how intoxicated you are in London. Windows a door. Windows a door. That was win, lose, or draw. That's how. Windows a door. Windows a door. I'll meet you at the gym. And you swore on your son's life, if you don't turn up at that gym, this is him. This is me talking. If I don't turn up at that gym, 11 a.m., 5'8" Arthur, 5'8". No, you're not 5'8". My wife's 5'7". She's about an inch taller than you. My brother's 5'8". He's 5'6", with little skinny legs and a big pot belly, big fat face, and ginger hair. That's you, scruffy. You don't get a wash. And you're on about windows and door. If I don't turn up, 5'8", Arthur. Let's listen. Listen, everybody. Listen to me. You've made the absolute bell end of yourself. Well, that's what you are. And made a fool of yourself. And I've made everyone now can't stand you with your lies. But if I'm making all this up, why have I got court case after court case and court case? Why has Marty Turner got all the letters? Why has Teddy Dicko got all the letters? So we're all lies and you're telling the truth. So let me tell you this, man. Let this sink in. Let this sink in. That's what he was saying. You can't even speak properly. You can't even get your own words. And then when you see the police guy, you shit yourself because you thought you were going to get arrested. That's how much paranoid you are on drugs. You turned around and said, this is not me saying, this is from you, tinfoil. I can smoke crack and weed and still come down that gym and play with you. I'll school you. You couldn't fight sleep. You had 3 fights. You got battered in one of them. They stopped you fighting in the ring. You got stopped. But Abdul, which is Raggy's cousin, destroyed you. You disqualified from one from Sunderland. You got stopped because you hit the line below the belt about 5 or 6 times. And then you got a draw in one of them. That was your great record. You only had 3 fights. You're just an idiot. So let's get back to your bullshit Doyle. So you said you're going to write it. You're doing a film on Paul Sykes. This has been going on now since 2014. Still no movie. It's all shit. It's all made up. Told me he had £1 million put in the pot. So I asked who you know yourself, say if it was Tetley Teabags. Or Tetley Teabags have given us £1 million, or say Channel 4's put £1 million or whatever millionaire businessman's put 2 million. 2 weeks later, I've got 2 million now. And nothing's ever been in the papers about them. Only the bullshit where he's telling the papers. There's no one playing Paul Sykes. There's no Paul Sykes movie. It's all shit. So anyway, if I'm lying then, right, and you'll be paying me every month, all you have to do, you and your mate, Brenton, go and get, I don't even want to ask for the 33 months what you owed me. Right? You just provide 12 months payments, what you've paid me every month. Wage slips, pay slips, or bank statements. That's all you have to do to show everyone. Where's the last 12? You haven't paid me for 12 months. So where's the last 12 months payments? Where's the last 12 months payments? And before that was £8 and £12, £20 in what I think it was a year and a half I've had off you. So you've got nothing because you're a liar. You're a compulsive liar. You've kept all the money. You've used the money. You're calling the people you did the books like, so me, Teddy Dicko, Matt and Joseph Turner, Gary Fairby, Richie Horsley, Mick Sorby, Penny Maloney, Bob and Dave, all of us are Pond Life now. We're Pond Life, he's calling us. He said, I'm not doing any more gangsters. So they're fucking Pond Life, vermin and all that. So there's us vermin have kept you in bread and butter for the last 8 years, which have been fraudulently selling them books. And you haven't paid a penny tax to VAT. You haven't paid a penny tax to the Inland Revenue. It'll all come out in the end because it always does, because your lies. So I keep going on about these letters. You keep saying, well, where's your proof from the 17th? Where's your proof from the 17th? Now, what happened is I phoned the court. I was devastated because the lady said, well, when we had court, it's the 17th, and it was concluded, and it says it's the end of the court case. So it proves to people this is now the end of the court case. So you might have a bit of a problem. I said, why? Because she said we're up to 6 months behind. Some people aren't getting the letters for months and months. I went, oh shit! I said he's going to be on my case every day now because he has been on my case every day since the 17th. Where's the up to date court date? Where's the other ones? I would have dismissed the old ones. I would dismiss. Now let me just see if I've got this right. That's Judge Leathers. That's Judge Leathers. That many case, Judge Leathers. Where's that one? Here it is. Here. This is the one. This is the one I couldn't find it. Emma found this at a flat the other day. Now here it is here. On that form there. Brian Cockerill. Here, Jamie Boyle. Defendant, Walker Publishing. Robert Brenton, Cockerill Publishing, Jamie Boyle, Brian Cockerill, right? The claimant one was me, the claimant, and the defendant is them. So listen to this. This is him saying, I never got done for contempt of court. He's lying. I never got done for contempt of court. So here we go. Brian Cockerill, blah, blah, blah. Cockerill Publishing. Before his judge, this is the judge who done him, but it wasn't the one who was sitting with, so I'll just explain here. So before his Honourable Judge Gargan, sitting in the Combination Court, Middlesbrough County Court, upon the court own motion, upon reading an email from sent on behalf of the claimant on the 26th of January 2021. Now remember, listen to this, the 26th of January. So we were up on the 18th, and he started putting them videos up. He pretended he went to the magistrates, he recorded the magistrates hearing and put it up, and he said he never done it. So this is what the judge said. So upon an email sent from me on the 26th, upon viewing the YouTube footage, identified therefore, and upon it appearing the court that the first defendant, Jamie Boyle, has made a private recording of the hearing before District Judge Cook, who was in the case, and Mr. Boyle has published this recording and put it on the internet. Under 3 Section 85C2 of the Courts Act of 2003 provides that it is an offence for a person to make or attempt to make an unauthorised recording or an unauthorised transmission or an image or sound by person where the person or other person will then use this, particularly by making a private recording of the hearing. The first defendant, James Boyle, has now breached Section 85C2A by publishing and recording on the YouTube internet. The first defendant, Jamie Boyle, has now been breached Section 85C2B, Section 9(1) of the Contempt of Court Act provides subjects below contempt of court to use in the court, bringing into the court for a tape recording or instrument for recording or sound recording is not allowed. So he was then charged for contempt of court, and he was told by the judge, there it is there, there's the letter at the very bottom, so put it on so you can read it, type it, whatever you want to do. There it is there from the judge, that's there. All the stuff, all the bullshit lies, there he is there, and there he is in the indictment. So how is he being charged for contempt of court on there for making it illegal? Because what happened, you see, with the COVID being on, what they do a lot with county courts, they'll do a conversation on the phone because it might only be on 20 minutes. Well, obviously being a Crown Court, if you're in for a murder trial, things like that, obviously it's a jury. So everything is done. He doesn't know the law. Him and his so-called secretary, who's so, I know everything about the law, knows nothing. Because you don't go to magistrates for civil cases, you go to the county court. But the county court's dealt in the Crown Court, it's in the Crown Court chambers. So you go in the courts, and the judge deals with it, but they'll phone you from his chamber and talk to you, and then he'll have a Crown Court case on, and he'll go and do the Crown Court case the same day, because he'll do both three. So what they do, they'll have you in there maybe 10 o'clock to 11, finish, and then they'll have a Crown Court where somebody's from court for a criminal offence. So the judge resided over it, Judge Cook, and said he told them everything he had to do. He pretended that he went to the magistrates and put a court of the magistrates, recorded them, put that up, and said that here I am walking free from the magistrates, because the judge said, at this moment in time, Mr. Cockerill, Mr. Boyle isn't relevant to the case because we're only here for a pre-action disclosure. So he was dismissed. But he said, if you want to bring him back at any time, you can. So he left the building. And when we talked to barrister, said he's a waste of time suing because he doesn't own anything. We can't sue him, we never sue him. So we sued his company. And he was part of the thing. Now he's still in the indictment with Terry and with Marty, because he's, like you said, he's the one who gives the 37.5% of the book. Now I was supposed to get 37.5% of a book. He ended up getting something like £1.11 a book, and he only got that for about 4 months, and then they stopped paying me. And then they paid me, and they stopped paying me. Just paid me £8. 1 month they paid me £1.38. So how was that? And you've got to remember, I didn't just do a book. I did the book, I did the Kindle, I did the audio book. The audio book is selling at 2 prices. You can rent it. You can go on Spotify and rent it, or you can buy it. I think it's £5 to rent and £8 to buy. Then you can buy the paperback books, £15. So there's 3 outlets of money. Then there's a documentary which you can buy on SD or a HD. So there's 5 outlets of money, and then you can pay for it outright and buy it. So there's 6 outlets of money, and all them outlets is giving me £1.38, £3.68, and trying to say that's what was owed. So absolutely disgraceful. So there's the court letter. That's that one. You're still waiting for the court letter, aren't you, from the 17th? So I was at court on the 17th. Here it is here. I'll read it out. GOOMB645, dated the 19th of October. They sent it out on the 19th. We're at court on the 17th, as you remember when I come and told you. Brian Cockerill, claimant, Rubik's Limited, Warcry Publishing Press, or Warcry Press. They're umbrella companies, them. So Rubik's is the company, because when we tried to, that's what Judge Cook said, sorry, from the beginning. He said, wait a minute, Mr. Cockerill, just had a quick look on the internet, a quick search. He said, Warcry Publishing and Warcry Press are not a company. That's what does that mean, Your Honour? And my friend Rob and little John told me this. He said, what it is, if you're not in company's house registered, you're not paying VAT, not paying tax. So they've deliberately not registered all that time. He said, he keeps bragging he's done 22 bucks. Well, let's see when the Inland Revenue go in and check him to see how many bucks he's paid for, how much VAT he's paid, because he hasn't paid us anything. So we can't pay any VAT. We can't pay nothing because we have had pittance off him. So all them people he's ripped off. So he said this case was discontinued and he was got off it and everything. He did get out of the court. He didn't have to go to court, but it's him who was involved in it. It was him who brought us into the deals. It was him who kept contacting people I knew, different friends of mine, boxers and people who knew me from Teesside. I can give him a great platform. I can do brilliant for it. I can do this. He said, don't you realise I'm Jamie Boyle and I've put Middlesbrough on, I put Middlesbrough on the map. I had put Middlesbrough on the map. You know, he talks, he's the great, like he's fucking Captain Cook or something. So anyway, Mr. Tinfoil, I just want to read to you here. So we're getting to it. This Honourable Judge Mark Gargan, sitting in the County Court, because the judge in the end took the case over, County Court, Middlesbrough Teesside Combined Court Square, TS 12AE, on the 17th of October 2022, which is the date I told you I went to court. So I'll just show you that, which is on there. There's the court letter there. Put up a little bit there so some people see I can't see it. You can see there the court letter and all the stuff. There it is there. Put it up a little bit more for you. There's all the proof on there. There's the court date, 17th, right? And there's the letter at the top on the 19th, and there's the court case number. So I'll read it out to you. Before Judge Gargan, as we come to the Teesside companies, upon the matter coming on for hearing, remote by telephone. Upon the hearing, the claimant in person, Mr. Brenton, director on behalf of the third defendant, which is Rubik's Limited, trading as Warcry Publishing, Warcry Press, right? The defendant, hearing from the defendant, Robert Brenton, director, the third defendant, and the claimant, explaining that the relevant organisations have reluctant to be cooperative with the order. So the order was given to him. So the judge made an order that he would be given the information. So the order he had to make was this one. I've showed you the night, and that's the order there. I have to go to all these outlets to prove where the book's been sold and how much it's been sold for. I've got to contact these companies. And because I was like late getting it, because he messed about Brenton sending the letter, so I've still got that to do. But that's there. It says now, it says on here, no further order be made for an application disclosure, which is now at an end. So there is at the very bottom. This is now at an end. The very very bottom, it says it's at the end. The case is over now, and he's still saying there's no cases. So that's them. That's the court cases. That's the letter from Brenton. That's the combination one. That's him done for contempt. There's the other one, Warcry Publishing, 3 pages long. There's another one, another court case, another court letter. There's another court letter for the court case, which was in April. And there, another one from the courts. There's another court letter. There's that many, don't there? From everywhere. Another court letter from the court. So once and for all, now I've proved 100% these court cases, but mine's finished. The other two are up, and he hasn't paid me nothing. He hasn't given me any invoices all the way through it when he asked for invoices. He hasn't given me any bank statements. He hasn't given me the proof of how many books have been printed. He hasn't given me how many books they've printed from their own outlets. They haven't given us anything, so they've withheld everything. And the only reason that my barrister friends told me is because it would be detrimental to them to give it to me, because it would show how much they owed and how much they owed the taxman, not me, the VAT and the Inland Revenue. Because all of this, the company has all been made up as for fraud. It's all fraud. If he hadn't, why would a company not have invoices? Tell me that, anyone. Anyone knows about the law? Why would a company not have invoices? How can you have a company without invoices? How can you not pay people every month? How can you not give people how many books have been sold? How can you not give people how many books have been printed? Why wouldn't you do that? You know why? Because it's all fraud. That's all the way through it. So you, us Pond Life, have kept you in bread and butter. Lee Duffy's book, you bragged to me. He said, "Oh, I made $3,000 off that book." He said, "I just kept that and I put it on my house, and then I got 29, and I got another 12 grand over the last 12 months, £1,000 a month. Put it in all that as a bank account, and it got transferred to me. So all that's going to come out as well. All the frauds he's been doing and all the shit he's been doing everywhere he goes, him and there, they're horrible." So yeah, and that's my wife. He's put on a thing today, page. Emma fancies Jamie Doyle. Are you fucking for real? You must be sucking on an exhaust pipe or something. My beautiful wife fancies you. She's seen the state of you. You're 42-year-old. I'm 58 nearly. I look younger than you. I haven't got a wrinkle in my face. You're absolutely you're not lazy. You can't be able to get a shave. You can't be able to get a wash. You can't be able to wash your hair. You just sit there like a tramp all day long, drinking alcohol and taking. And people, when he said to you the night, he said he's been off drugs for 20 years. Do you really believe that? He said that on the Paul Sugar one. I said, experimenting, I was 16, but I've had now since then. Absolute shit. And when he said the Blue Smarties, what Blue Smarties are, they're called diazepam. I was getting them in hospital. I was getting one to go to sleep on the night because they make you sleep. But he takes them by the gallon, he just drinks them. But yeah, I've been off drugs. 20 years, you've been on them 20. You told me you were on them when you were 15, and you'd never been off them since. And you said to me at the table, I'll never get off them, mate. He said, but because I don't like the church, I don't like, said this in the car when we were coming back from the do in Bishop Auckland, where you made a fool of yourself there. We had a great night, and what did you do? You were going around at the end of the night, Peter, all taking pictures of me, never. I'm getting pictures took. He was going on pinching people's drinks and drinking the drinks. He was doing this with the bottles, shaking the bottles and drinking the bottles of alcohol and drinking the glasses people's like drinks. After the woman said, "That's my drink you just drank." It's embarrassment. We had to get him out of the club because all the travellers, there was 12 lads from Hartlepool, old Jamie Cockerill, my brother, all of his friends were there. They're going, "You fucking scumbag." I'll call him everything because he started mentioning Port Sykes and the whole place. It was up because we're all travellers up there, proper tough lads. We met our friend Drew Nice. He's a lovely kid. And we met another kid up there with his wife and everything, lovely people. And he fell asleep in the crowd for 2 hours. And his wife said, "What's all this?" She sent this text in, "What's he doing?" He said, "Oh, he hasn't done it again, has he? He hasn't gone overboard again with the drugs. He hasn't gone overboard again with the alcohol, has he?" And I've got the text off it. And there was pictures getting sent where they were drawn like a dick on his head on the picture. And he's in the crowd like that. And my brother was sat next to him going, and that he was drinking them blue tablets in the crowd like he was drinking. He had them in a little medicine bottle. He had 36. He crushed one up in my house and sniffed it off the table. That's honest to God. That's how bad he is on them. He's been off them for years. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Why don't you take a drug test? I've told you it's £1,000. You say I'm on crack. If I'm on crack, I'll take a hair follicle test. You take one. You won't do it, will you? I've challenged you that for 6 months. You keep that big blabber mouth of yours. You can't fight. You couldn't fight sleep. So when I'm fit, I'll come and see you. We'll sort it out. Wait till I get fit. Probably 6 months time down the line. We'll do it like proper men. We'll have a lock on the door. We'll go somewhere. We'll sort it out. Yeah, stop being a big mouth because I can't walk properly at the minute. But let's do it. When I'm fit, I'll come and see you. I don't need it. And what's this year about Brian with his gang? I don't need a gang. I don't need a gang in my life. When I went to fight legends in Sunderland and in Newcastle, I went on my own. I turned up on my own. I didn't go with anyone. I went myself. When I fight one of the best fighters in Gisborough, Billingham, Stockton, Middlesbrough, whenever I've went to fight people, I've gone on my own or I've had one person drive me there. I don't need a gang. I don't go in a gang. Not known as O'Brien and his gang. I'm known as the taxman on my own. I'm a lone wolf soldier. I do my own fight by myself. I don't need a gang. I've got people who can back me up. I've got loads of people have been on the phone this morning talking to me. Can't stand you. Wanting to do all sorts to you. Just to smash it to people. There's people coming, "I'll fight for you, Brian. I'll fight for you, Brian. I'll fight for you, Brian." All over the place, people want to fight you for me because you're a disgrace. Calling me because I was in a wheelchair, calling me a spacker. There's people out there who've got children who can't walk. I mean, I'm lucky I'm coming back. But there's other people in wheelchairs, and you call people that name in the 21st century, nothing happens about you, because we all know what you do, don't you? But yeah, for the so-called no court case on the 17th, I've just proved to you there. The letter was sent out to me. That was Jesus that helping us. The court case was sent out. These are just all the old ones, but going all the way back. There's no court cases. But as like I say, that one there is just buried him. Emma found that one there, where it tells him when he's been done for contempt of court. So how can you be done for contempt of court if you went in court? And how can you be charged for it by the judge and won't do it again? You've been serious trouble. But you just can't stop, can you, with that little lies that you come up with? You've had all the money away. You've done it all in. Why don't you just come on, just tell the truth? Just say, I'm a compulsive drug addict. I'm an alcoholic. I've made a mess. I've effed up. And I apologise to everyone. And then people just move on, leave you alone. But you can't. You're a narcissistic personality. NPD, it's called. Narcissistic personality disorder. You can't stand being opinionated. Somebody calls me a name, so Brian, you're a bully. I'll go, okay, mate, thanks very much for your comment. Move on. You can't. You have to troll. Yeah. So, somebody said he totally couldn't make a vow. Should have left him out. Yeah. Yeah, should have laid him out for doing that to your house. Yeah, people know, because Simon Amber come on, and you can see it in my thing. These are people. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't been said. Do you know, I forgot about you? I'm talking to him. Go laid him out. I know it should have, mate, but he's just an idiot. Yeah, I'm cold. I've got a cold, mate. That's why I'm sniffing. Yeah, my eyes. Look at my eyes. My eyes are normal. There's no wrong with me, mate. I don't take drugs. I'll take a drug test to anyone. Come to my house, bring a drug test, wherever you got shite. Whatever you call it. You come to my house today with a kit. I'll piss in it. I'll take a blood test. Do what you want. I don't take drugs. I've never had drugs for over 3 years. Stop trying to think. I'm full of cold. I've had a cold for weeks and weeks, and everyone knows I've had. I don't take drugs. You can test me anytime you want. I'll do any test. I'll do a hair follicle test, anything. It goes back 3 years. So just don't try and it's probably you, tinfoil. Yeah, he looks like he's in the gutter. Yeah, he is in the gutter, mate. An official topic talk. You're right. He's just a tramp. He doesn't get a wash. He doesn't clean. I mean, there's a video with Paul Suggett. He's yawning 23 times, and I said, and he's all sweaty under here, and he's doing a video. And he's picking sleep out of his eyes. I said, why is he like that? He said, that's what you call a crack. That's what you call, is it crack or something? He went, no, it's not crack. He said, that's heroin come down that. When you yawn like that, you're fighting it. You can't fight it, so you need more. And that's what it was. He was doing. That was in the pub in I think it was the Cleveland in South Bank. We was doing a documentary on Lee Duffy. Just compulsive lie. Then he told, I've got proof of Tina Shaw. She's phoned me up. She's a lovely lady. She always talks to me. I know her really well. Found out Tina Shaw contacted Emma and said, can I come on your show and tell the truth? He's never contacted me. The tapes were stolen out my dad's house. They're my tapes from my house. Nothing to do with anyone else. And he's now going to do the one, the Paul Suggett one. Now, I'm going to give credit to Paul Suggett and his cameraman. They came on. When she contacted them, she explained them dead politely, and they took it straight down. They weren't going to do it. And then, in fact, they weren't even videoing it, to tell you the truth. It'll all come out in the end. They hadn't even got any tapes. He'd made it all up, pretending he had the tapes in his hand and given it to Paul. And he hadn't even given it to them. So that was all made up, pretending he was filming just to make yourself look big again, like he always does. Like the Paul Sykes movie. I've got Paul Sykes. He said, the Jimmy O'Neill, go and check this if you think I'm lying. Big Bright Lies, go and check Jimmy O'Neill show, where Jamie sits there. I might come out next year and just tell everyone I'm really gay. I looked at him and went, are you insane? You've got a little child, 14-year-old son, you've got a stepdaughter, you've got a daughter, you've got a family, and you're talking like that on the live. But again, intoxicated, full of cold, fled my throat. That's why I'm sniffing. Anyway, what was I going to say? So we're on Jimmy O'Neill. Jimmy wasn't a bad lad, but he twisted him against me. And he doesn't pay me a penny, Jimmy, not a penny. And when he was on there, he went, and he said, what they said, I'm the best author since Oscar Wilde. On these English shores, Jamie Boyle's written the best books in the last 3 or 4 years. These are the best writers on the English shores since Oscar Wilde. And you fucking deranged. He said, I'm actually outselling J.K. Rowling at this moment. And I just, my mouth like that, I couldn't believe it. Then he was saying, and if Mike Tyson had a fight, this is all on Jimmy O'Neill's show, watch it. If Mike Tyson fought Paul Sykes now, Paul Sykes would have beaten in the first round. He said, anyone would beat Larry Holmes. I was like, you're fucking deranged. But he was been drinking whiskey all night and sniffing coke all night. Anyway, he then goes on about Paul Sykes. He said, when Paul Sykes' sister come to live with me, he said, she stayed for 2 weeks. He said, when she left, he said, I was just sat there, and he said, all of a sudden, this is on Jimmy O'Neill show. Please, I'm begging you to watch it. And it's the biggest laugh you've ever done in your life. He said, a glass went like that. And Jimmy's like looking at him, I'm looking at Jimmy, he's smirking at me, he's crackers, the cameraman. And he went, did you see that? And the wife said, yeah, I see it. And the glass went back down that way, moved. He went, did you see it? He said, Paul Sykes, ghost in the house. And he's like, did serious? And I didn't put my hand in my mouth. I was like, what? Hiding behind this. There was a post there, like a pillar, holding the roof up. You only get a pillar in a building, like a metal pillar. I mean, man, you could hide behind there laughing. We had to run out the building. And then they come back in. He went, and the ghost, what happened? He said, I just sat there thinking what to write about Paul Sykes. Sorry. And all of a sudden, the typewriter turned into Poltergeist. Paul Sykes, Jamie writing a book from the grave. He's writing, so Paul Sykes' ghost writing the books for him. And he's putting the words. This is from, honest, if you watch the Jimmy O show, the Jimmy O'Neill's, the Wigan Joker from Wigan, put it in. He's talking to Jamie, but his real name, talking about Paul Sykes. Have a watch of this. Honestly, there's that many people watch it. It's the best one. More people have watched that than any because they're pissed themselves laughing at him. They're not laughing with him, they're laughing at him. So he's on there telling everyone that when Paul Sykes was in jail, it's bad. It's really bad. It's funny, but it's bad. I'm going, look at him. He went, he used to get the young, he used to have sex with men in jail. He was a known. He admitted that he slept with men. No, he raped them. And he used to get a page 3 paper, put it on the back of them. And then he used to have sex with them from behind. He's doing this and laughing at it about the people being raped in jail. With a page 3 girl put on the back. And I was barking because my brother got raped and hanged himself. I was thinking, you're fucking sick in the head, you. You're not right. You're twisted in the head, you. And laughing about people being raped in jail. And that's him. He's on the Jimmy O'Neill show saying that. He's in the snooker centre, off his head, fell asleep. Went to a school. He's in the school off his head. Everywhere we went, he was off his head. We did the documentary with a cameraman. I won't say his name. I said, where have you been? He said, he's had me in every crack house and smack house and everything in Middleton for the last 3 hours. I'm sorry I'm late, Brian. And we ended up with the documentary got ruined and Emma was doing it with me because it was dark nights. And we were going to go to the Blues and everything. So the Resurrection documentary got ruined through him. So we went to this woman's house where I got done in, which was to be Tommy Harrison's house. But somebody else has got it now. So we knocked on the door. Said, would you mind if we did a documentary? Blah, blah, blah. And she went, oh, no, I've got kids. And I said, okay, then, love, no problem. He went, hey, what you mean you can't do it? He grabbed the phone off the lady, a normal woman in that road where I got done, Ormsby Bank. And next door, I said, well, just took Tucker's, because Tucker lives next door. He's my pal who saved my life. He took me to the hospital with Buster. He's grabbed the one phone off the woman because she's speaking to the landlord. Now, the landlord's a very good friend of mine. He's a very good friend of Lee Duffy. And his son's a great kid. And he's going, oh, he wants to fight you, Brian. Oh, isn't it? No, bullshit. So Emma's contacted his son, went, such and such is arguing with your dad. And he said he wants to fight Brian. My dad loves Brian and I love Brian. It's him, he's fucking not right in the head. Absolute trouble causer. And then he said, when he seen him in Stokesley, he said he was in his Range Rover, the lad. And he said they offered him out. He said, Jamie was going, oh, I'll fight you one on here on the grass. And he said he just drove off. Well, I've had the shorty. He pulled up and he fucking run like fuck across them fields with his little skinny legs. He's 5'6" physique and he was gone. He's an absolute idiot, absolute trouble causer. He did the same with Terry Dixon. Terry Dixon's son, threatening him, going to do all sorts. He said, I'll come fight you now. I'll come fight you. I'm jumping in the taxi now. I'll come down that fucking school because I know where you're at. Sorry for swearing, but this is how he was talking to him. And he went, I'll get the police. That's all he ever does. Get the police on people. But like I said, the only time I'd get the police on anyone, if I was, say someone called me a nonce or a paedophile or a child rapist or a molester, you'd have to go to the police. Anyone, any man I've talked to, anyone would have to do that. You have to go to the police. No choice, because someone's calling you a rapist, raping kids, raping women, beating things like that. These tough fucking acro things they take 3 months to come. So by the time they come, people go, oh, why is he letting him call him a nonce and he's not doing that about it? So the first thing I do, I go straight to the police, make a statement and have them arrested for slander, defamation of character and prove your case in the courts. And prove you're not a fucking nonce, and prove you're not a rapist, and prove you're not a one beater. And that's the only time I'd go to the police. Or if a child went missing, or your dog's got burnt down, things like that, you'd phone them. But he phones them, he argues with people, offers them out. When they come to fight me, he phones the police on them. So that's him, he's a big man. But on the Simon Ambler video, if you watch that one, on there he said, phone Brian. And he said, what? He said, I haven't got his number. He said, he's his number. So he's got his phone, and he's got a computer over the top of his phone. He's taken a picture, it's got my name on it. And he's saying, this is his address. Go to his house. This lad's a big lad, 6'4", about 22 stone. Sam, big lad. Go to his house, offer him out for a fight, and be deadly serious. He said, but he'll be shitting himself, because I've just got 2 lads threatening him earlier on. So he phoned him and said, what did the lads say? He said, oh, I got to say they're going to burn his house down. Then we got a phone call. Going to rape Emma, going to rape Emma, going to rape her. And then she was getting more when I was in jail. I'm sorry, in hospital. I was paralysed in hospital. He was getting people at the phone there, threatened to rape a woman. Fucking vile he is. Rape the woman, and I'm going to kill your dog. I'm going to one shot and your dogs are dead. He's putting all these things out. And anyway, one lad come on, he was shouting and bawling, he's going to burn the house down. So we recorded him. Emma was dead quick, she recorded him. So we put it all over the internet. And the lad caved in, because we had lads from all over. I had lads from Manchester, Liverpool, London, everywhere before. You fucking go to that house and I'll be coming for you. And anyway, his ass went. So he phoned us. He went, it's such and such. I can't tell him my name. He said, but because we recorded, we could tell it was him. He went, Jamie come round where all the people have smack, he said, and drink in the park. I'll get old phone Cockerill up and I'll give you a couple of bags of smack. And that's what he did. He paid him in smack to threaten us. So the lad come on, he said, no, I'm sorry, it was me, I'm sorry. I said, I said, why did you do it? I'll even play the recording, you can hear it later on, never put it up. Why did you do it? He said, Jamie Tinfoil told me to do it. He said, why did you do it? He's crazy, he's not right in the head. My crime's not going to hurt you. No one's going to touch you. Just tell us why you do it. It's because he paid me. What he paid you? Then he come out, how we paid him and everything. So that was another one who come on. But Simon Ambler's another one, like I say, come on. All the bullshit. No, I'll say it was Carol Edwards. He threatened to go to Carol Edwards' house, who's the mother and leader of his children. I'll come round your house, pretending he was Teddy Dicko. Because what he done is, when he did the books, he'll do a book, say he's got Tom, Dick, Harry, John, Tracy, Louise, Sarah, whatever, all these people. He's the admin of all the computers. He makes the pages up, and people pay the money to buy the book, and he sends it out to them. So, and what he done is he changed the password of mine, and he threatened Teddy with me. Then he changed the password on Teddy, so it looked like Teddy was just doing it to me. So he wasn't. It was him sending the messages to Richie Horsley. And then he sent Richie Horsley's message to me, say, "I want to fight you." And I was saying, then he was saying he was doing with Paul Venice, and everyone used everyone's name, and all these lads had done nothing. None of us had done that. None of us had called each other. It was him in the middle sending message to everyone. He did it with Dennis Power. Dennis Power, the man who was a boxing promoter from South Bank. He said, "Can I borrow your phone, Dennis?" Sneaked in his phone, pinched the phone, and cloned the phone. And then he was texting all. Dennis threw him out the gym. He threw him out the gym. He said he's an absolute asshole. Threw him out the gym in South Bank. So then he started texting all Dennis's friends' wives. "Oh, it's me, Dennis. Do you fancy a date? It's me, Dennis Powers. Do you fancy going out? Don't tell you all that on phone, you know, all that." Words to that effect. And then Dennis's mates, "Well, what the fuck are you doing?" All that. Anyway, he found out. So Dennis's son went looking for him. He shit himself. He moved out the area. Everyone, that's what he done. He done. Me and Emma had an argument, like loads of people do on the internet. I said, "You can fuck off into your young man, we're arguing over nothing, something stupid." He said, "I'm going to put," he said, "Can I borrow your phone?" We went to the show, and that was little Chris Evo was there. We're in the Jeep, Marty Turner was there, we went down to Liverpool. There's another thing. He never once once he bought me one Parmesan when I went in for him to I represent him, because he looked for the frog squad for the dole, because I was a Mackenzie friend for him, and I went representing him with the dole, and he bought me a Parmesan, £6. But all the other times I was buying meals for 14, 15, 60 quid. When me and my brother were driving about, putting the money in the tank, he never once put a couple of quid in. We dropped him off at Newcastle, we picked him up at a train station in Thornaby, taking him to Stokesy, taking him to Redcar, taking him here, taking him there, taking him all over, going to all these do's. And when the only person he went to where he could get paid, where we were getting paid for going into schools, getting paid to go into public houses. And when I did the one in Bishop Auckland, we had one in, I was looking forward to going to Carlisle, because a lot of friends are up there from when I was in jail, from little Johnny and all them are up there, good kids. I was going to meet them all, I haven't seen them for years. They phoned up, well, because we're an army charity and we look after kids, we can't have him to do with drugs. We've seen the state of him in the snooker all. He said, I'll have to cancel it, Brian. I said, well, thank you. He said, but if you can come with your lass anytime, We'll have you there. So we've got all these gigs to do later on when I'm better. I've got them all over the country. People have asked us to go to Australia for 6 weeks. People have asked us to go to America. It's just been mad because we're helping people. But he just wants to hurt people. But as of I'm all over the place with different stories for you, just to let you know what he's been doing. But my wife was petrified in the house, and he was threatening. It was Carol Edwards told me, and little Evo, and he's been phoned up threatening, not him, getting people to threaten the raper. And I had to sign myself. I should have been in hospital for about 8 or 9 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. I was only in 3 weeks because I had to come out because she was on her own. She was getting threatened. She was petrified. Locked myself in the barricade in the doors and everything in the house. Petrified in the house with Scrappy. We never had Eli. And wouldn't dare come out the house. Wouldn't answer the door. Anyone, nothing. She thought somebody come to rape because she's on the official topic talk tonight, talking about what happened to her in the past. A good watch tonight. I think it's on with I think it's about 7, 8 o'clock. It's on tonight. But yeah, I'm going to tell the story about that, her and Marie Howarth and official topic talk. But yes, they're threatening a woman to do that to her, and known for a fact he'd been attacked, nearly got raped in the past by 2 lads, and then he contacted the 2 lads who tried to rape her from Gisborough, got a picture of them and sent the picture of the lads who tried to rape her to our computer, and she's screaming, like, she was like that, shaking, all come back, all when they try to rape her. Picture of the 2 lads. Oh, such and such has contacted me, dirty bastards. Contacted us and wants a picture with Brian for his gym. He saw Brian's his hero and he looks up to him and wants a picture. And it was the lad hadn't done it. The one who tried to rape her, it was him who done it, deliberately knowing it had frightened her. And the other thing, what she said to him on the train on the way, what's your most frightening thing you're scared of? She went, of being attacked by a man, obviously. Or being in a fire, just because I was in a house fire and I was in a coma for months and nearly died. So that's why he said, I'll burn your house down, getting people to threaten to burn it, not to frighten her. He's evil. The man is evil, honestly. He needs section under the Mental Health Act. I don't know how he hasn't been put away. I don't know. There's people there. That other one got 5.5 years for less than a tenth of what he's done. And he's still on the streets, torturing people. Look at the dog walker. He was only going back to him because he sold them videos that were wrong, and he complained about the videos because what they'd done, they got a load of videos knocked up from Holland. Terry was telling me, well, knocked up for Holland, they were dodgy, only worked for two minutes, 8 seconds, and the videos went off. So people are paying, say, for the Blood Moon, I think it was, or one of the Duffy books. So they were buying the books, and because he was getting 20 quid, and he can buy a strip of blows. He'd go and buy the blows and not pay the money. Or your money hasn't come, or you're lying, you haven't given the money. So they've written people off. So this lad complained to him, but he lived down the road from him. Just come and meet me now. So I thought he was going to give him the money or give him the book or whatever he got off the DVD. We got there, he went, I'll fucking kill you. I'll dance around you. I'll fight you with one hand behind my back. And all this. The lad's only like that, about 9 stone. He's about 16 stone, little fatty. And the kid was going, look, get off your tablets and get yourself, give your head a shake. Get yourself off the tablets, he said, Jamie. Get off the tablets. He said, you're a disgrace. You know, say, I'm going to come to your house tomorrow. I'm going to bring somebody else. I'm going to bring this one and bring that one. I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you. And he's live on camera talking it. The True Media, I think he's still got it on. I don't know if he's got it on still. But it was on True Media for a while. But he's allowed to go around threatening to kill people and threatening people over there to burn their houses down. Threatening children. That's another thing. What was the worst thing he did? Teddy's kids were in care. A 12-year-old daughter, I think she is, and a 13-year-old son. So the contact of Shirley, who works for the Sitting Advice Bureau in Middlesbrough, supposed to help people. The Sitting Advice Bureau in Middlesbrough, contacting children at a children's home. Hey, sweetie, I'm such and such. If you don't want it, your dad's a bad man. He beats the man with all the same shit he's doing with me. He's going to beat them up. Beat them, I beat Emma up. You haven't the laugh, she'd beat me up. She'd certainly beat you up, tinfoil. She'd fucking destroy you in 2 seconds. Absolutely destroy you, you idiot. So, yeah, saying I'm beating her up and raping her, and I'm tying her up under the stairs. I've only got a little tiny toilet under the stairs. Fucking mental patient he is. So he's evil through that man, and his wife's pure evil as well. Phoning children up, then she's phoned them and I'm going, "Hiya, sweetie, do you need any help? You need to leave him." You're putting comments on my YouTube, so you need to leave him if he's beating you up. But that's so people read it and think, "Oh, Brian's beating her up." It's a lot of shit. It's them two doing it, going in false accounts and pretending to be different people. Emma's got 17,000 fake accounts, screenshots of them sending all the shit to us. And then look at the wheelchair one. You can't deny them ones, can you? I can fight you I smoke crack and I take weed and I can fight you in Steel City Gym, 5 foot 8 offer on 11 a.m. If I don't come there and my son's life, on my son's life, I will never ever come on YouTube again. Then he did another one. This is the last time I'm going to address Mr. Cockerill. I've got not too much to do. In 3 months' time, I'll be doing a movie with Paul Syke. This was 6, 7, 8 months ago. No movie. I'll be doing a movie while he's in his bedroom, paranoid now. What's happened? It's flipped around. I've done the movie. My movie's out in March next year. I've already finished the movie. Been in it. I've done the acting. Finished. I'm only in it about 4 or 5 minutes, but I've actually done the movie. I'm in next year. I'm in the same movie. It's part 2. It's called This Is Birmingham. I've done the acting. I've done it. I'm in a warehouse. I'm doing a tax interview. But I'm going to be in the trailers next month. I was in the Sun the other week. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you this is what I'm doing. You're in nothing. You're not even in the local papers or nothing. I was in the national paper the other week. And you sat there jealous, going, why would anyone want to read the paper about you? You're just a divvy, you're this, that, and the other. So it's just jealousy with you. So my movie's done. The second movie's getting made, I think, June, July next year. The book, that's Brian Cockerill book, is getting written by Lee Watley, who's doing a great job up to now. That's going to be coming out not next year, the year after, because we're going to do it from scratch from when I was a kid born until I'm up to date. So we're going to do the movie. The lad who's done the movie, This Is Birmingham, is doing This Is Birmingham 2, and then he's going to do the Taxman movie in 1.5 years, 2 years' time. And it gives me time to get the book out there, sell the book. And then people you don't want to be putting the movie out, because when people watch the movie, they won't buy the book. So you put the book out first, and then you sell the movie. But yeah, everything's going great. Me and Emma are doing great. All the fans on here, another 100 people on here today. Just like to thank everyone. Sorry if you think I'm going on a bit, but I'm just sick to death of his bullshit. Honestly, it's been going on for 33 months. We haven't even been paid off them. I'm not even bothered about the money, to tell the truth. That was all it was about mainly was my friend Marty Turner, who I love. He's like a dad to me. I love Marty, and he's 76-year-old. He hasn't got long to go. And he said to me the other day, he said, I refuse if I don't make this, because he's on his last legs. I'm not joking. He went, if I don't make this guy, will you keep pushing and win this court case for me? That tears in my eyes, honest. Terrible what he's done to that old man. He's sending him 76-year-old pornographic images every single day. He's got no trouble with anyone in the world. I mean, he had Cornelius Carr, world champion, Peter O, Lee Duffy, Anthony O, world class, Tony, John. He was the world class. He said to John, I can't remember his second name now. I won't say his name because he'll probably get annoyed with me. Doyle said to him, when I was 13, I used to watch you getting changed in the showers when you used to take your clothes off. Imagine putting that on watching somebody in the gym with the clothes off, looking at the thing downstairs. He's fucking warped in the head, him. John Pierce, sorry, John, just rushed you up. There's big John Pierce, the dad. And there's the son, but the son, he used to watch John getting changed in the shower. John said, I fucking smash his face when I get him. This is not just me, it's everybody. He's just torturing people. And as soon as you say out to him, I'll get the face. But yeah, I just hope you understand now. The book's there. The proofs he wants them for all. He's full of shit. I've been telling the truth from day one. He was saying there's no court cases. Well, why is all these letters? There's about another 30 letters in the living room. I didn't want to get them all out, so I've just got the relevant ones today. But that's the new one. It's just come, like I said the other day, from the 17th. Came on the 21st, so I brought it out. I wasn't going to even put it on today, but he's put another video up calling me names again, saying I'm lying. There is no court case. There isn't now. It's concluded. So that's the end of it. No more court case. So we're going to be on tonight, guys, 9 o'clock. Me and Emma. But she's going to be on the what's he called? Official Topic Talk. She's going to be on there with Stephen, who's a great lad. And let's have a look at his onwards and upwards. James Jameson, Ainsley B. Happy for you, mate. Happy for you too, mate. Mickey Kiddie, sick. Yeah, you're sick, mate. Proper sick. Even Humble. Another one who knows, but he did a great video about him. He did it just in the middle between the both of us and let people see what's going on. And you can see it was him. I've done nothing wrong to him. I've never been in his house. I've never hit him. I've never threatened to beat him. I've never done anything. I've done nothing. All I've done is go to court because I've gone to court in my grass. Trying to get your money back, what he's owed. But in the end, it wasn't the money. It was me. It got on my nerves that much. I just wanted to win the case to prove to people I wasn't lying. And we've done that time and time again. And he's still in denial. He just can't. Do you know if it was me, I'd just say, look, I made a mistake. I didn't do the right with Bernie McDevitt because I thought he went to court against Lee Duffy. And I said, Bernie, I really apologise. It wasn't you, mate. I apologise because someone else told me you made a statement, but it was Big Bob. another lad who was in the pub that night, and the bulldog and Red Cow and Lee broke his jaw, and he knocked three other doormen out. I mean, you've got to put your hands up. If you're in the wrong, you just got to say, look, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But he can't say sorry, he can't move on. See you tonight, Sparky, Adam Scott. Respect to you, mate, too. Timmy B says, I'll see you tonight. You know, it's like a cameraman thinking he owns the film because he's recorded it. Yeah, well, that's what he said as he spoke. He went on, when Hummel did one, he went, here I am, and you're sat in your wheelchair, you fucking spastic, taking me. He admits, and Hummel went, well, I thought he went at court, because he says, don't forget to push the like buttons, guys, to let people know I'm telling the truth. I appreciate it. And so Hummel said to him, he goes, so he paused it, he went, and he's taking me to court, and he's sitting in his wheelchair getting my books taken. And they're not your books. Martin Joseph Turner's book, Brian Cockerill's book, Teddy Dicko's book, Teddy Dicko's other book. That's what we got took down. Our books, not yours. And those Pond Life, you call Pond Life, have kept you in bread and butter, have kept your son in shoes and clothes and food, and your wife. You've made money off all of us, but now we're fighting back and we're winning. You don't like it, so we're called Pond Life now. And there's no way you're going to be done Brian Clough's book, because I know Brian Clough's family, and I will guarantee you don't do that book. I'll guarantee 100%. And every test you've got to do a book, I'm going to send them all the details of all these things like this, what you've done, to prove to people that you don't get paid. And you can't prove you can pay people because you haven't paid anyone. If you had paid them, you'd have went to court and you'd have given me the invoices like the Judge Cook said to you. Have you got the invoice? Yes. Then Judge Lewis asked you 3 times. He says, and Judge Cook asked you again. You said yes. Then Judge Gargan asked you 5 times. Then Judge Phillips, Judge Swan. There's that many judges. And everyone you lie to because you're just a liar. You can't stop lying. You sit there, you scruffy bed, get a wash, get out of bed in the morning, make your bed, get a wash, clean yourself. There's soap and water at the pound shop. Go there, you get a shampoo up there for £1. It's Head and Shoulders. Wash that hair, but watch your blue, your purple rinse doesn't come out. Paul Weller. Paul Weller's fuming. Paul Weller, the Paul Weller look. My wife fancies you. Absolutely deranged. She wants to punch your face in 2 seconds. So anyway, thanks for listening to me babbling on again. But I love you all, guys, and have a great weekend. And we'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock. Thank you for all the great people. Donny Boy, thank you. All right, Timmy B. Yeah, everyone, love you all, guys. I'll see you at Big Flags, another great lad. All these lovely people, Donny Boy. Yeah, the dogs are great, guys. Thanks very much. Yeah. Jameson. Yeah, Donny Boy. Okay, guys, I love you all, and I'll speak to you all soon tonight at 9 p.m. If you're not there, I'm going to come look for you. Right, I love you all. God bless. I'll end this. I'm getting good now. I'm ending them myself. Yes.